peoples. Hello, my peoples. Hello, my peoples. Hello, my peoples.
Hello, my peoples.
Hello, my peoples.
Hello, my peoples. Hello, my peoples. Hello, my peoples.
Hello, my peoples. Hello, my peoples. All right, hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Security Breach Ruin. We are very excited it came out. Hello, everyone. Nah, for old time's sake. Hello, my peoples. This is Shan. You've seen the title. It's been 10 years. 10 years ago today, I started this channel. At the time, I had big plans on becoming the next biggest Minecraft YouTuber. That's funny, huh? I'm just gonna thank everyone here right away. It's been hard the past few years. The channel isn't really doing too well anymore, but that was inevitable. To those who still care, I appreciate it. Real quickly, I just need to say if anything sounds awkward in this video, it's because there was a lot to go over, so, you know, I had to write a script for this. This is the only part right now that isn't part of the script. I just need to say that whenever I read the script for things, I feel like it's just awkward, because I already know what I'm gonna say, but I need to make it sound like I'm saying it right now, you know? It's like faking the emotion. Anyway, whatever. I'm going to move on to some sappy stuff, so to anyone who's not interested, I can't blame you. But I'd really like to give off some of the history of the channel, because, you know, there's 10 years of videos that I've done, even though most of them aren't public anymore. Back in 3rd grade, I was obsessed with Minecraft. Minecraft videos, Minecraft mods, Minecraft books, and Stampy was the one I looked up to more than anyone. He had recently uploaded episode 133 of his Lovely World series, Pumpkin Party. I decided on November 1st, 2013, at the totally allowed age of 10 years old, that I wanted to make videos just like him. Unfortunately, as I am writing this, Stampy just uploaded his final episode of The Lovely World, and I'm very sad. It happened as I was writing this, so that was ironic in a sad way. But oh well. Anyways, my aunt set up the channel for me, and my very first video was uploaded that same night. Now, if you know me at all, Ninjago is my favorite TV show ever, and it pretty much still is. I used to make lots of stop-motion animations that were mostly Ninjago, and with that, my first video, Ninjago theme song Stop Motion, was uploaded. I wouldn't change a thing, except for the fact that I was recording my 3DS screen instead of uploading it directly. It would be a while till I'd upload something else. One of my favorite things back then was a hand puppet of a mouse I named Whiskers. I just want to point out real quick that in the script, I misspelled named as naked, so that's great. Anyway, he was named Whiskers because he had magnificent whiskers. Obviously. This was actually the full-body Grey Mouse puppet by Folkmanis Puppets, which I am upset to find out is no longer sold. At least not the way that Whiskers was made. Now, I'm sure I don't need to explain why all my older videos aren't up anymore, being that they don't fit in with my animation stuff at all. But this one was removed for a different reason. And strangely, something I only thought to remove a few years ago. I gave out where I lived to everyone. Just straight up like,
Hey guys, I'm Whiskers. I live at 83B Freddy Faz Road. Feel free to come visit.
And I'm stupid. I'm still stupid. But that was a different kind of dumb. Anyways, his story was simple. He was a mouse that came from Silverton, Colorado, and he wanted to entertain. Usually by annoying me. It was also funny how in videos up until 2017, I had no problem showing my face. Something I don't think I'll ever do again. Anyways, Whiskers got a full 10-episode season, and I had a second planned with new characters. A gorilla puppet named Bananas, a wolf stuffed animal with a cowboy hat who was supposed to be the main villain, a random cat stuffed animal that I thought would be Whiskers' love interest, and a lion puppet named Rory, which, I can't believe is actually the puppet's official name. I didn't change it at all. I was, clearly out of ideas. Rory and Whiskers were best friends, but they often feuded with each other, ending up with me getting hurt in the process, usually. Like, there was this one, for example, where they were singing Let It Go from Frozen, and they were arguing with who should be singing what lyrics, and Whiskers punched me in the face. That wasn't in the script, I just thought it was funny enough to mention. Anyway, I did stupid song covers with them both as, like, filler episodes, but the actual season never came out because I was bad at actually working on projects. something I still have problems with today. Anyways, after all that, I finally moved on to what I truly wanted to do. Minecraft! My aunt got me an Xbox 360 and Minecraft, and I immediately pulled out my iPad and recorded the screen because, hey, I was 10 years old, I couldn't afford an Elgato. I didn't even know what that was, I imagine. Anyways, the funny thing is those original recordings never made it to YouTube, but I actually still have them. The reason they never made it was because I was a big fat liar. It was a super flat world, yet I had everything I could ever need. Spoiler alert, it was all in creative, and I lied for the videos. I decided quickly that this wasn't a good start, so I started anew. I wanted a new world where I could show my progress and be authentic. I immediately built everything shown in that video in creative mode. Yeah, only one episode came out of that. That wasn't actually my fault though, at least not technically. It was titled SNS Double Bros Minecraft because back then, my best friend was supposed to play with me. Shan and Santos was what SNS stood for. Needless to say, he never ended up playing with me, and the series came to an end, before it could even really begin. It was great. But a new series that was way better was born! At least it's better if you like my 240p 10 FPS Minecraft minigames gameplay where I would sing random songs and repeat "Hoiman and hoing" over and over. Yes, it was cringy. No, I will not let those videos see the light of day anytime soon. Even so, I still love those videos for what they were. The worst thing about all of this is that I used my full name in all of my older videos. If it isn't obvious, I went on to value my privacy a lot, and I regret that choice greatly. That's honestly the main reason I won't let them be public. It's not the cringe, it's the fact that I didn't know the phrase internet safety. Anyways, those videos went on for 25 episodes from November 5th, 2014, all the way to June 27th, 2017. Random, but in case you're curious how many videos I have private, I have a total of 671 videos on my channel, and only 63 of them are public. That's 608 videos that I privated, most of them being around 2 or 3 years ago. That's why it probably looks like I've barely done anything the past 10 years, but I've done more than most of you would ever know. Also, when I say being around 2 or 3 years ago, I don't mean the videos were made 2 or 3 years ago, I mean I privated them like 2 or 3 years ago. Anyways, I ended up making modded videos, Minecraft SMP videos, and I ended up making friends, most notably being Evan the Skates, my first ever online friend, who I haven't seen since like 2016, sadly. Megacrafter, aka Owen, who commented on one of my videos a few years ago, which was awesome. Cool Jake3636, aka Grizzly, aka Crazy Chris, who I still have contact with and even got to meet in real life. There was Mega Crusher, who is different than Megacrafter. Slime Gaming, who I also haven't seen since like 2016 or 17. The Lightning Dash, who still pops up in my streams every once in a while. And Pandy Plays, who also met the same fate as Slime and Evan. I went on to become a Minecraft map creator. Although I only had one that anyone played, it was a multiplayer FNaF map that I released on Planet Minecraft. If you search hard enough, it can still be found. Anyways, I uploaded a Pokemon video as well on Pokemon Emeralds, which I just want to point out because that was the only time I ever played Pokemon, despite loving Pokemon back then. The only time playing it on the channel, I should say. But as soon as FNaF became my main interest, I barely thought about Pokemon until 2 years ago because of Finn. It was my birthday, September 18th, 2014, when one of my favorite YouTubers, the Diamond Minecart, now known as DanTDM, uploaded a video that would change everything. FNaF in Minecraft. Needless to say, I liked the video and I looked more into FNaF. I fell in love with it pretty quickly. Back then, I thought it was terrifying, but having learned of the lore, I was totally interested in it. As well as the animatronics designs, because, I mean, they're really cool. FNaF 2 came along and solidified my love for the series, and as crazy as it is looking back on it, I started a playthrough for it, which I had completely forgotten about. So, just, if anyone ever doubts that I'm an OG FNaF gamer, this should prove them wrong. Although I doubt anyone would care, but I was here for a long time. In the middle of FNaF 2 and 3, I started a new Minecraft series, the Super Sky Survival Island series. I'm just mentioning this because this was when the Minecraft lore I had set up really started to exist, since it was the first survival series that I didn't end after one episode. Unless you were part of those 116 people who watched it, then you would never know where Sam the Snow Golem came from, who actually ended up making a comeback in my 2020 Minecraft series, the Serotonin streams. But the real lost lore that none of you will ever know is the lore of Johnny the Purple Villager. Sucks, man. I also had another series going on shortly after, which sadly never even made it past a blooper, because me and my friends kept having issues. This was the Crash Landing Survival series. The plot was simple. Me, Jake, and Evan were the Minecraft ambassadors on a flight to Canada. Why were Minecraft ambassadors on a flight to Canada? Canada wanted to ban Minecraft, and it must be stopped. Yes, that's right. Canadians were our enemy in this story. So as the name implies, our plane crashed, and we had to make our way to Canada on foot, surviving the treacherous lands. That was it. That was the whole concept. The blooper, which I'm willing to show, is the only surviving part of this series.
Evan, put the boosters.
Oh. Oh,
We have to put the radar now!
Oh no, it's a malfunction!
Oh god! That failed. That failed so bad.
That doesn't count as the video!
Can you just restart the video?
I still think it's a hilarious blooper. After all this, I had a great idea. Song covers. Now those will never be shown. Ever. They were so bad. I was starting to have my voice change and it was just bad. Horrible. Disgusting. Anyways, at this point, I was doing fantastic. It was time to celebrate my first subscriber milestone. 27 subscribers. Fantastic. Anyways, I just want to point out that I had reactions to the FNaF 3 and 4 trailer where I clearly faked being scared. I don't really want to show the clip, so here's a recreation. Oh my god, so it wasn't Golden Freddy in the teaser? What is that? Ah! Yep, it was great. Since I mentioned the FNaF 4 trailer in this story, I'm making a quick alteration to the script. FNaF 4 hadn't even been announced yet. At the time of this, I just wanted to point out that I reacted to the trailers. So FNaF 3 had just came out. Anyway, now that FNaF was officially over, I decided I would end it off with a bang, and make another Minecraft multiplayer map, based off of FNaF 3 this time. That map is now lost to time. It should be something worth noting that my first ever 3D animation was made July 1st, 2015. Before you ask how bad it was just Freddy moving his mouth and it clipping into his forehead. Why did I even bother to upload that? Who the Fazballs knows? I went on to play FNaF 4 with a face cam. The funny thing is that the first video of it didn't work properly, and only recorded my face and not the game. But I didn't want to fake my reactions to the first night, so I just uploaded my face cam anyways. That was sad. Anyways, now that FNaF was officially over, I decided I would end it off with a bang, and make another Minecraft multiplayer map, based off of FNaF 4 this time. That map is also now lost to time. Deciding that wasn't good enough, I decided I wanted to make my own FNaF fan game. Now, as an 11-year-old, it probably wasn't going to be good, right? Oh dear god. It's worse than anyone could ever imagine. Yeah, I decided Whiskers needed some time in the spotlight as a horror mascot. The good thing is that this was never finished. But there was one thing from it that I will never forget because of how stupid it was and still love. The phone call at the beginning of the night had a mention that Whiskers is a mouse, so he loves cheese, which is why his restaurant was a cheese factory. And, quote,
"Man, kids just love cheese. Can't get enough.
Anyways, I also decided to take on the biggest challenge yet. An animated series. What? No, Vengeance started in 2018. Of course I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the 2015 Emmy-nominated series, Fazbear and Friends Meet Minecraft, The 17 Dimensions. What do you mean you've never heard of it? Anyways, obviously this is one of the cringiest things I ever made. Luckily I was self-aware and scrapped it after the first video. Looking back on it though, it's so bad it's funny.
What is Minecraft?"
And no, I don't think I will ever let anyone see this. Except maybe Finn, because he's, like, begging me to see it. Also, just adding in something to the script here that I didn't write down, I just feel like it's worth mentioning. I told Finn I was making this video, and I told him some of the things that I'm writing down in it, and he said that his life feels like a lie because he's known me for 5 years and doesn't know a lot of this stuff, so that's funny. Anyways, this is where I made my first huge mistake.
The Halloween at Freddy's animation.
Luckily, most people won't remember this disgusting thing, but trust me, it's bad. It's so bad. The only redeeming quality in this thing is that there was a private version I uploaded as a joke that had Foxy giving the middle finger. Anyways, this was probably my first big video and the comments were so annoying. I don't even remember why, but they were. Dear Genesis, it was probably the first of many times in my life I wanted to die. I'm kidding. I didn't want to die that time. But I did hate it. This next bit is going to go by a little fast, but shortly after I made Halloween at Freddy's, I reached 100 subscribers on November 14th, 2015. Realizing my Minecraft era was coming to a close, I decided to make a 200 subscriber special, along with it being a Christmas special, finally giving all the answers to the lore of Johnny the Purple Villager, that none of you will ever get to know. FNaF World was then announced, and I played it, loved it to death, and only uploaded a single episode. Anyways, now that FNaF was officially over, I decided I would end it off with a bang, and make my own FNaF fan game. That was so garbage, only my friends ever played it. I still have it somewhere, but it would be better if I didn't. I then went into my Undertale phase, which was barely ever acknowledged on the channel except for one video where I was flirting with Toriel. Great. Off topic, but something few people would know is that I was actually a theory channel for a while. I mostly did it because I wanted to prove MatPat wrong on FNAF 4 being the bite of 83. That didn't age well. Funnily enough, this frame is perfect. I have to say, I still find there being 2 bites a weird plot point, but whatever. You know what else I hate? I made a reaction video to the Living Tombstone's I Got No Time when it first came out. Now that sucks, but what sucks more is you can still find it out there. It's in a reaction compilation. I find it hilarious, but also embarrassing as heck. On May 15th, 2016, I celebrated 1,000 subscribers. Wahoo! Next up was my second big mistake. Now, if you don't know what a speed edit is, they were popular back in 2016, 2017. It was where you would take images of FNAF characters and edit them to become something else. So, what did I do? FNAF World speed edits. Now, as much as I don't miss the constant comments asking for more speed edits, I still have a soft spot for the fact that these are what made my channel blow up. I ended up making at least 30, and it was the worst ones that got all the views, because of course. Now the true issue here is that I got at least 12 million views from these things in total. And I wasn't monetized! I could have retired by now, but nope! At least I'd have compensation for all those stupid comments, you know? Oh well. During the time of those, I started learning how to use Source Filmmaker, where I made what I would consider my first true animation. This is where I feel it all really began, where my passion for storytelling and animation came to be. I had always loved both, but it finally felt like I could have the ability to make it something worthwhile. But that would have to wait. For those of you who don't know, which is probably most of you, in 2017 there was an official FNAF haunted house. It was in the Fright Dome in Las Vegas, Nevada. I was lucky enough that my aunt and mom took me to it. It was amazing, and I am so sad that it only lasted for that 1 year, but I am so grateful that I got to go. But that's beside the point. The time that I went to the attraction was the day that FNAF Sister Location came out. So I had to wait to play it, but it was a small price to pay for a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I played Sister Location and actually managed to upload more than one video on it. Still didn't finish it though. It was then that I decided to make a speed edit for Nightmare Funtime Freddy. It was a lazy edit, mostly just to fill out my content a bit. It was also my third biggest mistake. I mean, just look at it. I doubt I need to explain. And no, I wasn't bad at speed edits. This one was just extra horrible. I mean, I wouldn't say I was exactly good at them either, but this was just bad. Despite that, I had made my way to 20,000 subscribers. Now, there's a lot that I think is worth skipping over here. Lots of speed edits, speed modeling things, speed arts, gameplay videos with people I want nothing to do with. So we will skip to the end of the speed edits. My final two ones were remakes. A remake of my first set of FNaF World speed edits, the Ignited animatronics, and a remake of Nightmare Funtime Freddy. Of course, neither of those came anywhere near as popular as the originals. As much as that upset me at the time, it's pretty hilarious looking back on it. I just want to say, all these things I consider big mistakes are all things I can laugh at now. So, don't take my hatred for it too seriously. They just really annoyed me at the time. With my speed edit career at an end, I finally felt it was time to make an animation with some sort of story. For 30,000 subscribers, on May 30th, 2017, my first full animation was released. The FNaF 1 song by the Living Tombstone, @Punk Remix.
I'm going to come find you. I'm going to come find you.
This animation means so much to me. The true landmark on where I really wanted to be an animator. It told my version of the FNaF timeline back then. Despite Mike Trap not being canon, I always liked the idea of it. It met a lot of criticism due to that, but I still really love this animation despite its many flaws. Now, if you were keeping up with the quality of fan-made FNaF animations back then, you would likely also know of the race between modelers to create the most accurate recreations of the characters. Lots of models were coming out quickly, and there were debates on which were the best, and lots of newcomers ended up completely lost. Because of this, I decided to compile all the models I considered the most accurate at the time and show them off in one video. The Birth of Accurate Models 2017! The great thing is I know it helped a lot of people. The bad thing is the comments were so annoying, ignoring the part where the choices were my opinion, and constantly asking for what the song I used in the video was, despite having it in the description or the pinned comment. I don't remember which, and I'm too lazy to check, so it was one of them. Also, my lighting back then was pretty dark, and it was hard to see some of the characters, specifically the Phantom animatronics. I got so many comments of people saying they couldn't see them, which wouldn't be a problem if the FNaF fanbase wasn't full of rude, entitled children. In response, I brightened the video so much you couldn't see anything. Yeah, that was immature of me, but I don't regret it because it was pretty funny. I do feel bad for the people who weren't being jerks about it, though. There's multiple animations I made after this that I care for a lot. Those being Hidden in the Sand, which was my attempt at a more somber execution of the Mike Trap storyline. The Again short, which was originally a collab part, but the collab was never finished. Other small things I did, etc. But FNaF 6 had recently come out. And now that FNaF was officially over, I decided I would end it off with a bang! The @Punk Remix Remake, which was leagues better than the original despite only being made a little over a year later.
I'm going to come find you. I'm going to come find you.
So, after a year of development in the accuracy scene, I decided to make an updated version of Accurate Models. Something that, just casually reached almost 20 million views. Yes, it had the same problems as the last one, but amplified even more. Ignoring the being too dark to see thing, I fixed that. Even so, I know this one means a lot to people. I hate it, though. Not like complete hatred, but it just caused so much annoyance. There's still people asking for the song name to this day. Do people know how to read? Anyways, FNaF Ultimate Custom Night released after all this. So now that FNaF was officially over, it's still going! I'm not complaining, but this is hilarious. Anyways, this was my fourth big mistake. The Sweet Dreams collab. The issue with this collab was that I told the second participant that there was a story I wanted to tell about the crying child. He ignored the story, then didn't finish his part. He gave what was left of his part to a third participant. When asked if there was a story to be followed, the second participant told him no. After the failure that happened story-wise, I hardly put any effort into my part. Again, the failure of the project got almost 3 million views. Letting out my frustrations, I decided to put some little effort into a just-for-fun animation. Unlike other animations, this one had no story and was just the animatronic singing into a camera. This was my 5th big mistake. How, you ask? Because despite the fact I was just animating this as a test and for fun, before I knew it, I animated almost the whole song. I decided I might as well upload it as filler content. It's not like this accident of a video would end up getting almost 12 million views, right? Right? Yes. Yes, it did. I was so upset about this for a long time, not because it did well, but because it didn't represent what I wanted people to see me as at all. Looking back though, I knew lots of people loved it, and I still get comments from people saying how nostalgic it is for them. It makes me happy now, and it's not a perfect animation. Obviously, it was never even supposed to be finished, but I really love Revenge. It holds a special place in my heart. Being unhappy with how the past 2 projects went, I decided I would make a fully story-based animation myself. A sequel to Sweet Dreams. Or rather, me fixing what the original screwed up. This would become the birth of my animated series. Vengeance is Eternal. As I made the animation, ideas flowed into my head for a full story, with original characters mixed in, as well as the FNaF characters. People loved it. I loved it. My friends loved it. It was so good, I got the most loyal best friend and my first girlfriend from it. I'm kidding, that wasn't because of this, but those both happened shortly after. Due to other people I was friends with at the time, I met Boss Man Finn, the greatest friend I could ever ask for. The only one who stood by my side when I was about to end it all. Anyways, that's not a story I want to or need to go over, I just needed to point this out. Because it's where I met him, and I'm just super grateful for it. Don't get me wrong, I was grateful for the girlfriend as well, until she cheated on me. I hope that made anyone watching chuckle at least. Also, I forgot to mention I reached 100,000 right here, that was pretty epic. Gonna take a quick moment here to talk about Accurate Models 2019. This is where it felt like things were gonna stagnate. FNaF VR had just come out, meaning the accuracy race was practically over, aside from a few characters who didn't get official models. This was the last time I cared about accurate models, and I think it showed simply because of the beginning and the end of the video, where I animated Glitch Trap showing himself off in a creepy way. I was proud of this one. And of course, it's the one that got the least views out of all 5. It hurts my feelings, man. Anyways, there's so much I could talk about with Vengeance. How it came to be, how it grew and changed, and how it evolved into a much better storyline than I initially planned. But I would like to leave that for a future where it's actually finished. I quickly made Vengeance 3 a few months after Vengeance 2, which everyone was also a huge fan of. 4 came a few months after that and was liked well enough, but definitely didn't age as well. 5 was rushed due to multiple factors. The girlfriend I mentioned voiced Charlie at the time, and her microphone broke. She was also busy a lot. I wonder why. This caused half the episode to get canned, which is obvious based off the trailer for it. I also had to rush the episode to get it out before the year ended, so I could have 3 episodes in 1 year. I regret that, but I think the episode would have been screwed no matter what at that point. Shortly after was when I found out my girlfriend was cheating on me, and it screwed me up hard. I say that casually, but I'm not kidding. It might be pathetic to some, but it really messed me up. When I say it screwed me up hard, I mean, like, I wasn't good for 2 years hard. I managed to put out 2R with the support of my friends, and even started working on episode 6. It sounds pathetic, but that's just how it went. I ended up making Accurate Models in 2020 because people wouldn't stop asking for it. This time things had pretty much reached its limit, as it wasn't much different model-wise from last year. Not much to say that I haven't said about the others, but this time I barely wanted to do it. Despite how hard it was for me to have motivation for things, I had my friends. Until I didn't. Then I quit YouTube. Like I said, Finn stuck with me through it all and helped me decide to come back. It was only like 3 months of being gone, but it felt like a year. As much as I hate to say it, I'm still not back to where I was. I want to make things, but I just can't. That's why nothing has really come out. And if this sounds like an excuse, I go into more details and more of an explanation as to why I'm screwed up in this video. So if you want more context, there's that. And if you want to know more of how I feel, then this video might shed some light on it. As sad of an ending as this is, that's where the channel is now. Stuck. Unable to continue. No matter how hard I want it. And I do. I really do. Funnily enough, I made Accurate Models 2021 through this. I won't lie, it was only made for the views. But that was so people would know I was back, not because getting views was my priority. It didn't really get the amount of views as the last one though, barely passing the 2019 version. And lots of people still don't even know I'm back. I get comments somewhat frequently of people being like, "What the heck, you're back?" And I'm like, "I always come back." Anyway, the comments could tell I was done, noticing how 90% of it was recycled from the last one. But despite that, I still had people asking for a 2022 version. And I've had some people even ask for a 2023 version. It's not happening. But despite how garbage things have been since 2020, I'm proud of everything I've made. Bad or good. It's a part of the history. And I definitely skipped over things for the sake of the video not being 2 hours. With almost 700 videos, it's almost impossible to cover them all. Like FNaF Cringey location, which I considered giving context for in this, but I don't think it's worth the time. I also skipped over my second channel where I upload gameplay stuff I started shortly before Security Breach released, so you should check that out. Another thing I skipped over that I wasn't going to put in here, but I've decided to after talking with Finn about it, is the Serotonin streams. This part doesn't have a script, so if it sounds a little disjointed, that's why. Earlier in the video, I mentioned how Sam the Snow Golem came back into my Serotonin streams. What are the Serotonin streams? One of my favorite things I've ever done on this channel. Back in 2020/2021, when I was really not feeling great, I decided I wanted to stream Minecraft and just have fun. I wanted to use the stream to bring joy to other people, and hopefully that joy would spread to me as well. Those streams are the closest I've ever felt to the community that I have. I love those streams. They're all private now, but I have re-uploaded highlights of some of them onto my second channel. That world means so much to me. It really feels like where I had truly hit my happiest point with the channel. I had so many people coming in just having a good time. I built a world that I am proud to look back on. And the only problem that I have with the Serotonin streams is that there was some people in them that I will never want to see again. So it makes it hard to look back on them. That being said, I plan to do another Serotonin stream sometime soon. The lore of the Serotonin world is something that I will not go over, because there is a lot that has happened in it. And I say lore in a very loose sense here, I just kind of mean it as in, like, the history of the Serotonin world. But I loved the Serotonin streams. I'd love to do it again and get people back in the chat, just having a good fun time. I hope that sometime soon it'll happen. Anyways, I hope that sometime soon I can put out something everyone will love. Something worth the time it's taken. I can't lie. It scares me knowing how much I screwed myself over by quitting. Most people don't know I'm back. Those who do might not care anymore. I've lost 3,000 subscribers since then, but I try to ignore it. I'm glad for the past 10 years. Not that I enjoyed 3 of them, but I'm glad that I've stuck with it for this long, even if it's harder now. Thank you to the 278,000 of you who were a part of this journey, even if a lot of you aren't here anymore. I still appreciate that you supported me at all. I hope to see you all for many more years. Bye!
I'm the ruler of the world! Look at me, I'm the king! I'm the king! All hail the king! All hail the king! Sorry about that.